Hey, welcome back, everyone. Good evening. This is the Paladin's Tavern. My name is Joe, and today is Thursday, May 16th. How's everyone doing today? Great to be back in Magic Arena. Probably won't be here too long. I think we're going to go over to MTGO for a little while. Wednesday, Thursday is Magic Day here at the Tavern. Of course, you know, I stream 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, starting at 11 p.m. Eastern. Although, these last couple of days, I've been getting on about midnight-ish, so I do apologize for the delay. Hey, if you're watching this on YouTube, great, thanks. Thanks for being here. Of course, we're also on Kick and on Twitch. If you did not have the ability to catch this stream live, that's what YouTube is for. It'll be there on YouTube, and if you're watching there, please leave a comment, subscribe maybe, hit that notification bell if you do. How about a thumbs up? Any of that would be really awesome. Helps the channel quite a bit. All right, so what are we doing today? So we are getting into Magic Arena, and like I said, we're not going to be here very long. We've got a quest today. Cast 20 blue or 20 red spells. So, sounds to me like my Jeskai Stomp deck might be great for that. So let's give that a try. Let's see how we do. Last night was abysmal. It was a terrible night in Magic. I had fun, but at the same time, I lost pretty much every game, and it was rough. But look, you got nights like that. There have been nights. Check the stream. Check YouTube. There have been nights where I was absolutely crushing every single game, and it was amazing. So you got nights like that. Hopefully tonight it's going to turn around. We'll see what happens. So, we're gonna turn one opt. Not what I was looking for. Not what I was looking for. I don't mind Chico though, but I'm gonna need a white. Gonna need something, guys. What is this? The Ozolith. Whenever a creature you control leaves the battlefield, if it's got counters on it, put those on this card at the beginning of combat on your turn. This card has counters. Move all those counters to a target creature. Okay, so we're gonna opt again. I'm looking for actually this is not bad. It's not a bad card to have in hand. Not gonna do the shock now. I'm looking for a white. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a plains. That is indeed what I'm looking for. Let's electrolyze. We're going to tap him for 2, and then it's going to draw a card as well. It's another opt. Again, not bad to have in the hand. Not bad. It's just I'm itching to get that one white. Let's electrolyze again. Tap him for 2 and get the card out of it. Oh, gosh. All right. Let's see. This creature's got landfall. Scoot Swarm. We're gonna move on. We're gonna pass turn. Hopefully, hopefully we get something dropping soon. This guy's just making tokens. Gotta shut that down. Gotta shut it down. Not the biggest fan of using my quick burn instant spells without having it trigger flurry. But, okay, there's the white. Gotta think about this one. How am I gonna do this? So let's see. Shiko, when he enters, exile target non-land card with mana 3 or less from your graveyard. Right. Then you can copy it. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to Shiko. We're going to Electrolyze. We're going to go for the player. Give him the 2 damage. Drawing a card. Alright, that's not bad. If he swings in with the 3/4, I could block with Shiko. Well, looks like I will not be blocking with Shiko. Alright, Authority of the Consuls. Great card. All of the creatures that my opponents control enter tapped. When I bring a creature in, I get 1 life. So, that's not bad. Okay. Let's get this guy as a dragon down on the table. And then we'll start looking at some of his flurry conditions. Right now, he's got Summoning Sickness. Uh-oh. Legendary creature. This card's power and toughness are equal to the number of lands you control. Gotta wait, sir. I am drinking some coffee. Is he gonna come in with the 3/4? He is. Let him hit. No blocks. Very good. Okay. This is gonna be, let's see, 11 damage coming at me. If I swing only with this creature, I could pump him up and swing and do some damage. But then I got 11 damage at least coming at me. It's gonna be tough. But I can't remove these. I can't remove these guys in any way. Let's go with, he gets a 2/0 till end of turn for every spell I cast. So let's Electrolyze. I'm sorry, let's hit Lightning Strike. 3 damage. And then we're going to opt. Okay. We'll pull Shock. That's good. We're going to shock him for 2. And then swing in for 8. All right. Let's see what happens this turn. Let's see. That's 11, 12 damage coming at me. It's real tight. Uh-oh. Looking like it's going to be at least 13. Oh, yeah. That's going to be 13 damage. Lady of Arwen's in the chat room. Hello, my love. She says, hello, dear. Welcome, welcome. Now, he's got 3 untapped mana, 2 cards in hand. Let's see what happens here. He did not swing in. Let's get this guy on the table. And no attacks right now. Super tight. He's gonna push me hard on this one. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh boy. Here it is. I knew it. I knew it. I gotta... Let's see. It's 12, 17, 20 damage. Alright. I can take the 12, but then nothing else. But then I... What if... That's 15. That's 15 damage. I've got to block the 12-12. Oh my gosh, this is so flippin' close, man. And swing in. That's the win. Woo! Man! Oh! Man, that was close. That was so flippin' close. Holy smokes. Wowie zowie. Wow. Right down to the wire, my friends. Unflippin' real. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was something else. Oh my gosh. All right, let's do it again. We've got 4 more. 4 more cards to cast. Either in blue or red. Let's see. Let's see how Just Sky Stomp does. Man, that was something else. Truest Oracle. Okay. Disenchant, opt, shock. Alright. Alright, I do not intend on casting opt or shock right out the gate. What I want to do is I want to trigger Flurry. Once I start... As you saw before in the last game, triggering Flurry really makes the deck outpace the opponent in so many different ways. I'm able to get around the creatures with the instant burn spells. I'm able to pump up creatures and pull from the graveyard with you know, with Flurry as well. So it just works, you know, better when I trigger Flurry. So I try and hold off all of my, you know, super low cost, super fast spells until I have at least a creature down on the table that can help me trigger Flurry, or at least an enchantment that can help me trigger Flurry. I've got those in this deck too. So I'm going to, so the strategy is always, okay, it's great to have these cheap instant spells in my opening hand. It's great. It's a confidence booster. What I really need is I really need the mana as soon as possible. So I could put those creatures down or those enchantments down and then start, you know, slinging those low cost instant spells to trigger Flurry. So that's always the hope. So it's good that I got Opt. It's good that I got Shock. You know, it's always nice to have Disenchant in the hand in case you need it. You know, I got an artifact coming. I may actually need Disenchant now. Beginning of combat on a turn, put an oil counter on this artifact, then create an X1 token with trample and haste, where X is the number of oil counters on this artifact. Sack the token at the beginning of the next end step. Okay, so we're going to disenchant this right away. I don't want this guy's side getting bigger than I can handle faster than I like. Pass turn. 3/3 with Menace. When this creature enters, create a 1/1 token that can't. This token can't be blocked. At the beginning of your upkeep, you can sack another creature. If you do, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Exile the top card of your library. You may play that this turn. So this card's doing a lot of things. It's making tokens. It has Menace. Okay. Alright, here we go. We got our first Flurry trigger. 3/3 first strike. When this creature enters, copy the next spell you cast this turn. You could choose new targets. Okay, so we're going to go Flamehold Grappler. And then we're going to shock for 2 this creature. And then we're going to shock for 2 again. Just get him off the table. We're going to hold on to Opt because we're not going to be able to trigger Flurry again. We're just going to move on. Just going to move on. Destroy target non-artifact creature. Alright, that's fine. Right now, Flamehold Grappler did their thing. They did their thing. They're super pissed off that I'm shutting their strategy down. They might be getting a little tilted on their end. Okay, Authority of the Consuls is here. So now their creatures are coming in tapped. Let's opt. I don't think we can hurt to opt right now because I don't need another land. What I do need is stuff to trigger Flurry. Alright, I'm getting land flooded. He got there before I did. Shucks. Alright, and I'm muting you. Come on, man. Gonna opt again. Let's go Electrolyze. We'll, bam, bam. And then we're going to draw a card. Again, trying to trigger Flurry. I'm looking for a card that's going to give me Flurry. And all I'm getting, I'm just getting lands. This is just insane, man. Insane. Unbelievable. Got enough land. At least I'm getting life out of this. Alright, here we go. We got our first Flurry trigger. So we're going to drop him. And we're gonna move on. So this guy's got 6 1/1 tokens. I don't think he's going to be swinging into my dragon with those tokens. I guess I was wrong about that. I'll let him take me for 6. Okay. Shock for 2. Swing in with a 4. At least it's something. I gotta play whack-a-mole now with these, oh my gosh. Wow. That's everyone. Great game. Good game, man. Good game. Very good game. You know, I gotta be honest with you, that game was lost because I got land flooded. There was so much potential on my side, and none of it got realized because it just wasn't drawing into my flurry cards. Really kind of a shame. However, we got 1,000 gold, so that means we're gonna buy a pack. Let's jump into the store and get ourselves a pack. I think we'll go Foundations. Great set, Foundations. Perfect if you're just starting Magic. Look at that. That there, that's a mythic. Wary Thespian. 3/1 creature. Cat Druid for 1 and a green. When this creature enters or dies, you get to surveil 1. What does that mean? Well, you look at the top card of your library, you can put it into your graveyard if you want. Heir Apparent. 2/2 for 2 mana in white. It's a creature. A noble rabbit. And he looks very noble indeed. When this creature enters, create a number of rabbit tokens equal to the number of creatures you control named Heir Apparent. A deck can have any number of cards named Heir Apparent. Okay, so this is a deck in and of itself. What you do with this is you make a deck filled with these cards, and the idea is just to overwhelm your opponent with a ton of these tokens. What I find funny about this is this card does what rabbits do. It just multiplies. It's very funny. Good Fortune Unicorn. 2/2 for 3 mana in green and white. Whenever another creature you control enters, put a 1/1 counter on that creature. Alright, so buffs up creatures. Icewind Elemental, a 3/4 for 4 and a blue, a flyer. When this creature enters, draw a card, discard a card. Strix Lookout, a 1/2 bird creature for 1 and a blue. It's got flying and vigilance. So vigilance means that when it attacks, it doesn't tap. Every card taps to indicate that it cannot do anything else after that turn. This doesn't do that. It does not. It has vigilance. It does not tap. 1 and a blue and tap. Draw a card. Discard a card. Mischievous Pup. 3/1 for 3 mana in white. It's got flash, so I can cast it like an instant spell. When this creature enters, return up to 1 other target permanent you control to its owner's hand. 1 other target permanent you control to its owner's hand. So that's interesting. It doesn't tell you where you can pull it from or where you cannot. So if one of your opponents has taken a card from you, this will help you get it back. And I like this too, because like Heir Apparent doing what rabbits do, it multiplies. This does what mischievous dogs do. It steals your stuff. Alright, what's this down here? It's a rare. Extravagant Replication. It's an enchantment for 4 and 2 blue. That's expensive. 6 mana. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a token that's a copy of another permanent you control. Wow. So you're giving me, late in the game, you're giving me 2 of my favorite cards. Nice. Mythic. I like the alternate art on this. It's beautiful. Embercleave for 4 and 2 red. It's a legendary artifact. So it's a sword. You could flash it in, so it's got instant speed on it. And it costs 1 less to cast for each attacking creature you control. That's awesome. So the strategy already is at late in the game, you're already attacking, and maybe your opponent has declared blockers. You flash in this equipment. It's gonna, it's gonna be hopefully low cost because you're late in the game and attacking with a bunch of creatures. But then when it enters, you immediately attach it to a creature you control, so you don't have to pay an equip cost when it enters the battlefield. I love artifacts like that. And that creature gets a 1/1 and has double strike and trample. So you're gonna want to put this on like a big flyer that's getting blocked, and just completely screw up, your opponent's defensive strategy for that round. Really cool cantrip. I like it. All right, friends. We are going to be leaving Arena, and we're going to be moving into MTGO. So in my collection, I was working on my Ajani Burn deck. However, I don't have the in-game currency in order to get the cards I need. So I'm still working on that. But I have a bunch of other decks here that I can play. We're going to start with one of my favorites, which is Thalia's Company. Has some of my my favorite cards in Magic here, and I'll share them with you in just a second. Let me get them on the old stream. So of course, Authority of Consuls. You've seen that in action before. Healer's Hawk. This is one of my favorite cards. I love this card. This is from Guilds of Ravnica back in, what, 2020? 2019? I think 2019? Between 2018 2019, somewhere around there. Great cards. 1/1 for 1 flyer. It adds lifelink. Really, you just do so much with this when you pump it up. It becomes a real pain in the neck. Paladin class. Thraben Inspector. Just gives you lots of options here. Divine Smite. So I'm not gonna explain every card. I'm just gonna kind of roll through them a little bit. Expose Evil. This is a Thalia deck, so I've got as many copies of Thalia. in here as I could have I could muster as what made sense. There's other copies of Thalia that I could have put in, but it just didn't feel right to have it in this deck. They do other things. Great card right here. One of the most powerful removal spells in the game. Minimus Containment. Just awesome. Another great one. These two Thalia cards. Thalia, Heretic Athar. She's a 3/2 with first strike. And listen to this. Creatures and non-basic lands your opponents control enter tapped. That's a real engine. You know, like that really slows them down. This one is a 2/1 with first strike. Non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast. So with these two down on the table, what I'm doing is I'm slowing down the opponent with Thalia, Heretic Athar, tapping their non-basic lands, tapping their creatures, but then also following up with making them pay more mana costs. So as they're putting down, and it's very common to put down a non-basic land, especially in MTGO, as they're putting down non-basic lands that are tapped, I'm making them pay more mana to cast non-creature spells. So their enchantments, their sorceries, their instants, all of that just costs more. So I'm removing I'm slowing down their resource usage and also making them pay more resources. So I'm just trying to bog them down in, honestly, bureaucratic red tape. Banalish Marshal works well with Thalia's Lieutenant because they buff other humans. This Banalish Marshal goes a little wider. It buffs creatures you control. A Johnny. Great Planeswalker. All about the buff. Baird, Steward of Archive. More on the making my opponent pay extra for doing things. Baird's great. Gideon. Amazing card. One of my favorite Planeswalker cards in the entire game of Magic. Gideon, ally of Zendikar. He becomes a 5/5 human soldier. Okay, let me start over because I get so excited. For 4 mana, he enters with 4 loyalty. Okay, he has a 0 cost ability, which is to create 2/2 tokens. But if you add 1 loyalty to him, he becomes a 5/5 creature with indestructible. And any damage that's done to him is prevented. So he goes the distance. But then, at a very low cost ultimate, for 4 loyalty, you get an emblem. So it's a little buff that stays with you for the entire game. And every creature you control just has a 1/1 on it. So again, we're like Banalish Marshal, like Thalia's Lieutenant. You know, we're making our side more powerful. We're trying to slow down the attack on the other side, make those attacks more costly, no matter if they're coming from creatures or if they're coming from other spells. And then enter Subjugator Angel. 4/3 flyer. When she enters, tap all creatures your opponents control. So hopefully the win condition here is bog down your opponent with bog down your opponent's resources. Have their actions be more costly than they normally have accounted for. At the same time, increasing the power of our side and trying to rush them and win the day. So that's the whole strategy around Thalia's company. I enjoy playing this very much. It doesn't, it doesn't quite win a lot. It's got kind of like a dicey sort of win record because it's just so creature heavy. But it's fun. Oh, I would like to go first, actually. Would you looky? All right. Turn 1, Healer's Hawk. We're going to keep this. Target player reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from with mana value 3 or less. That player discards that card. Okay. So, probably going to say goodbye to one of these Thalia cards. Probably be Thalia Heretic Cathar. Oh, really? Went for this one. Guardian of Thraben. Interesting. That's the least powerful of the two. Alright, so this little token here, you pay 2, sack it, draw a card. We're going to swing in with our 1/1, gain 1 life. And pass turn. Lady of Arren redeemed Hydrate. Of course, my lady. Creature tokens you control get a 1/1 and have vigilance. Alright. So, I guess he's kind of... This person's kind of doing similar to me. Token thing. Sorry for all the smashing and bashing. Trying to get back to my game quickly. Alright, let's see. Why don't we get Thalia on the table? Creatures and non-basic lands your opponents control enter tapped. And it looks like, from what we've got here, our friend does like those non-basic lands. So let's start the process of slowing them down. I think next we'll go with Banalish Marshal, just so we can pump up all the creatures that we have here, human or not. Exile target creature's controller may search their library for a basic land. Okay, so what are we losing? We're losing Thalia. Yes, I'd like to put a non-basic land down. Or a basic land, rather. Alright, what is this nonsense? Inquisition of Kozilek. Sorcery. Target player reveals their hand. Choose a non-land card from it with mana value 3 or less, and then discard the card. I think he'll go with Banalish Marshal. I think he'll do that. No. Oh. Probably the other abilities on this card he didn't want. Whenever another human you control enters, put a 1/1 on it. So I could see that choice. All right. Well, not like it's a secret. Let's pop the token. I really need another land. Alright. 4 damage. Hey, listen, nothing to sniff your nose at this stage in the game. Enchantment coming down. Oblivion Ring. When this enchantment enters, exile another target non-land permanent. Oh boy. When this enchantment leaves the battlefield, return the exiled card to the battlefield under its owner's control. That is not a great card. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Here she comes. And swinging in for 2. Let's see what else you got. He's got 4 cards in his hand, as per this indicator here. Let's see. Path to Exile. Exile creature. Okay, so you're going to take Thalia off the battlefield. This guy, really. What's the ability? May search the library for a basic land, put on the card. Alright, so yeah, we'll do that again. I will get a basic land. And Knight's Whisper. You can draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. Oh boy, this guy's doing my job for me. What was he searching for? Another land. Talk about land flooded. Where's Subjugator Angel? Where's Gideon? Where's a Johnny? Where's my crew? Paladin class. Spells your opponents cast during your turn cost 1 more to cast. Creatures you control get a 1/1. And then whenever you attack until end of turn, target attacking creature gets a 1/1 for each other attacking creature and gains double strike. So, let's see how far we can level up Paladin class. Just try and eke out as much as we can here. What are we doing? He's destroying target creature. That's not okay. Was that 2 and a white? Okay. Alright. This guy's doing everything he can to just take my creatures, bounce them off the table. Legion's Landing. Create it. Oh, I quit. Well, let's look at Legion's Landing anyway. When Legion's Landing enters, create a 1/1 white vampire creature with lifelink. When you attack with 3 or more creatures, transform Legion's Landing. Yeah. So this card has a second side to it. Let's see what other cards I could have gotten. Draw a card. Land. Land. Minimus Containment. Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. Land. 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 Minimus Containment. Smite. Was that Thalia's Lieutenant? Oh my gosh. You would think I have a tremendous amount of mana in this deck, but I have 23 land cards. I think the issue may be that I have probably too much variety. I should probably take out some cards and add copies of others. I actually have 24 lands. I forgot about Sandstone Bridge. So. All right, let's make a game. See if anyone joins. At the same time, let's take a little look-see at the collection. Gideon Allies. It's a good one. Lightning Helix. I really like Lightning Helix. 2 mana, deals 3 damage to any target, and you gain 3 life. Such a cool card at instant speed. So cool. Then we got Boros Challenger here. 2/3 Mentor. So whenever this creature attacks, you put a 1/1 counter on a creature that has lesser power. That's cool. Very inexpensive too. For 2/3 for a red and a white. The trick though is getting the red and white. That's the trick. Ah, looks like our game is ready. The wrong window, my friend. Three mana. Tap creatures. All right. Not the best hand, but at least I'm starting with 3 mana. Hopefully this guy isn't playing a fast deck with lots of creatures. Otherwise, I'll be screwed. Hey, look at that. Our luck turned. Turn 1 Healer's Hawk. Gotta love that little flyer. for 2 mana. Alright, swinging in with the Hawk. Hudson Hawk. Basking Brood Scale. 2/2 for 1 in the green. Has Adapt. Whenever one or more 1/1 counters are put on this creature, you can create an Eldrazi spawn token with sack and add colorless mana. Nasty little card there. Master. Chromatic Lantern. Lands you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color. Is that what we're doing? He's like, nah, I'm not swinging my 2/2 in. You've got 3 mana untapped. I'm not doing it, man. I respect that. Should I let him keep that? I could Minimus Containment the Chromatic Lantern. He's got 3 cards in hand. What does he have? He's got 1 land that could be tapped for either white, blue, or black. Another land that can be tapped for green. Another land that can be tapped for white or black. And I'm thinking he doesn't have enough green or something. He's trying to get something out. So let's See, this is a tough decision because I could put Baird down now. Or I could just take away. I think the smart decision right now is going to be Minimus Containment on Chromatic Lantern. And we'll swing in for 1 with the Hawk and just kind of leave it. We'll leave Baird for the next turn. Lady of Arwen, it's sexy when you use Magic card titles as a verb. We're going to electrolyze Rosie Cotton. When Rosie Cotton enters, create a food token. Whenever you create a food token, put a 1/1 counter on a creature you control other than Rosie Cotton. Rosie Cotton. That's a food token? Gross, man. Rosie, what are you baking in that kitchen? Alright, so you got a 3/3. That don't impress me much. Oh. Oh, man. 4/4. 5/5. What did he do? He's got some sort of loop going on now. This is now going to be a... What happened? Oh, Heliod. As long as your devotion to white is less than 5, it isn't a creature. Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on a creature you control or an enchantment. Also give lifelink. Yeesh. Man. At 17, I'm at 18. Does this creature now have lifelink? Can't tell. I think that little... I don't know, it's hard to tell. All right. We're going to swing in. Swing in with the Hawk. Do that 1 damage. But watch this. This guy is going to... He's going to attack this turn. All right, what do we got here? It's an enchantment. If an effect would create 1 more token under your control, it creates twice that many. Oh boy. If an effect would put 1 or more counter... Oh, okay. So this lizard is about to get super big. Okay. We're gonna... they're already tapped. Okay. Choose up to 2 target creatures. This guy and that guy, and pay 1 and a white. Alright, so we're going to get a clue out of that. I think that was a misplay. Alright, you know what? Let's is he in black? Because if he is, then it gets destroyed with smite. We're going to Divine Smite him. Target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls, it phases out. If the permanent's black, exile it instead. I believe this is considered a devoid card. It does not have a color. So let's see what happens here. Lady of Arwen. Remember that time I couldn't remember her name? I called her Molly Cottontail. Yeah. Rosie Cotton. AKA Molly Cottontail. Alright. Dropping Baird. And we're gonna pay 2, sacrifice the token, draw a card. Waiting on this guy here to okay that. Authority of the consoles. It's gonna help here. Tap him for that one again. Get that one life back. The big thing with Baird here is that creatures can't attack me, unless their controller pays 1 for each of those creatures attacking. Scarab God. 5/5. At the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent loses X life. Use Scry X, where X is the number of zombies you control. Okay. Are you making zombies? Shucks. Comes that 5 damage. Good golly, Miss Molly. Second copy of Healer's Hawk. And let's do another copy of Baird. Only because an extra 2/4 on the table is better than not having an extra 2/4 on the table. Ah! I forgot. Baird's a legendary. You can only have one copy of a legendary at a time. Oh man, what a misplay. That stinks. Oh well. What are you gonna do? Mistakes happen. So he's got this triggered ability right now where exile target creature card from your graveyard, create tokens, copy of it, 6 zombie. So he's going to be making he's making zombies, he's making food tokens. And then that is going to end up, the amount of zombies that he has on the battlefield is going to end up doing that much damage back to me. Beowulf Gang, what's going on? Well, good evening to you. Haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back. Nice to see you back, my friend. Beowulf. Thank you, thank you. Finally caught up on life. Well, welcome back. And how's life? How are things? Hopefully all's good on your end. Great, first kid on the way. Hey, congratulations. Wow. How far along is she? Rosie Cotton coming back. 22 weeks. Wow. Lady of Arwen says, hi there, Beowulf gang. Life is hard to catch up on sometimes. Yay. God bless. That's right. 22 weeks. Halfway there. Well, do you know what the sex of the baby is going to be? Jenny and I, we've got 2 kids, and each time we didn't want to know. We liked being surprised. A girl. Oh, congratulations. My daughter is fantastic. She's like 16 months old, and she's just the sweetest little thing in the world. So she's such a daddy's girl. It is awesome. It is so awesome. You know, I love being the father of a little girl. She's such a little love. Daddy's girl, so cute. Beowulf gang, thank you. Yeah, we're redoing the office to be a nursery now. Yeah, that's exactly what I ended up doing. When my son was born, my office was originally downstairs, and that's where I did all my podcasting from. And so while he was on the way, we moved the office upstairs to the room it's in now, where I'm at right now. And at the same time, that got changed into a nursery, and that's still his room. And the kids share a room. This guy's just creating tons of tokens. 1/1 counters. Lady of Arwen, how's your wife feeling? I am going to need all this life that I'm getting, because let me tell you, this dude is dropping a ridiculous amount of tokens. He just took a card from me. Beowulf gang. She had a rough first 3 months, but it's going great now. She's been feeling the kicking since 18-19 weeks. Good for her. That's awesome. This guy's deck is just up and running right now. He's got so many tokens. Nuts. Lady of Arwen says, oh man, I'm sorry. I remember it well. That first trimester is rough. Yeah. They're all rough. First trimester is rough. Second trimester is rough. Third trimester is rough. You know, it's all rough. And then the baby's born. And that's even harder. You know? And the baby's not sleeping. Yeah. Pain in the neck. 27, 25. Alright, well, that's going to be... tell this guy, good game. No blocks. No blocks. nice. All right. Oh my gosh. Tired. It's 1:30. All right, folks. I'm going to call it a night. I am tired. It is late, and I have not been getting great sleep. So, time to get a little rest. But I want to thank all of you folks for coming in. I want to thank you for hanging out with me on Twitch, on Kick, of course on YouTube as well. And hey, if you're catching the video after the stream and you're on YouTube, thanks so much. If you're enjoying it, maybe consider subscribing if you like it. If you do, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video here at the Paladins Tavern. And leave a comment. Let me know. Let me know what kind of deck you'd like me to play or try out. I'm definitely interested if you have like a deck list that you'd like me to play. See if I can give it a try. All right. Have a great night, everyone. Take care. Be safe. And as always, God bless.